Maneuver! This is long overdue. We're with access denied. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Got lucky that time. Born of ice and frost. Next on the agenda... Next on the agenda... Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do. Way behind schedule. Access denied.
With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Thank you for
Come on, serious.
Well, if it's...
Yeah, well, I want to...
Yes, you came...
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? But is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru? Great! Let's go find out what this Tatar...
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills... Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places.
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted...
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the...
hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive?
Well, fair point. In that case, please...
Let me give you some... But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant...
That's right. Akaba's teacher...
So first this strange person goes missing.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government. Even back then, Tatara Suna was already...
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in the...
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with...
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easy. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know...
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget?
Get to the point.
According to information acquired by
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something else.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected.
Oh, and please read my... Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. Oh, how about if I...
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay.
Akaba, look, your Besides, if they're...
good point. Okay.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye.
All right, thank you.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are treat... Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the ballad. Did he escape or...
Sure enough.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surstan? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, it was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let...
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen...
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us.
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal.
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to.
Wait a second. Former? You mean he's not a Harbinger?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends.
Yeah, obviously! Nihira...
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to...
Alright, then...
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nihira, are you...
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today.
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extreme... It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information.
Exactly! Or what if...
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than...
Paimon's still worried about this idea.
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul. Great. Think... Prepare yourselves. I'm going to...
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are...
Look at that. hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized...
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prison...
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temp...
Sounds like a successful run. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, unlike anywhere else. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry.
Fine. Let's call it truce.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at it.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we... Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access grid.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the... Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything...
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Pick your jaws up off the floor.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we...
Can you still...
Yes.
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so...
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge...
Lesser Lord Kusan,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tell...
The rest is up to you.
Will do.
For once, we're the ones with...
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to...
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's...
Paimon's never tried this before. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back.
As I've told you before, There are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds them. Well done. Smart in it. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved. Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So,
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait! How did you know about that? Didn't they—
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh?
This light, it looks similar to those saplings.
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement! You—
Shh! Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace.
Is that so?
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me under your leadership. As I understand, the Raiden, the forging industry with crystal marrow as skills.
Yes, well, you allowed a even now. You remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants.
You flatter me. From the outset,
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because what have we gained from adopting your new technology? And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events.
After all...
You're well informed on—
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly...
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here.
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to...
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be...
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity.
The Fatui?
Just to create a minor in...
That's it? That's why you gave us...
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom. My device functions precisely as... It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and he has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It all... Think of me as a... I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? Mr. Niwa? Already dead. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let...
Hey!
Dottore. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from him?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But I mean...
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the... You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Let's give him some space. He looks
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
I'm still confused about the Tatara Suna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but Why has that gotten him so...
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the kabuki mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test sub. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me." The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim?
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path.
Tottori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, it won't.
Hey, aren't you investigating the stuff we...
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tibet.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest...
Huh?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens...
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser?
Yes. Astonishing.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for my... Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is so tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the Done.
Huh? What the? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thanking her for help. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the... But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve...
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared! Come on! Oh no!
Oh, can you...
Nihida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now?
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, we're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as...
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it...
Osman. Sorry to interrupt, everyone. We finally have some real dream experts joining us. Esteemed experts, this way, please.
They must be dream. Oh, I have a question.
No rush.
Whoa.
My question is simple. My everyday life is very difficult, so I would like to become a slime in my dreams. How can I do that?
Oh, Paimon knows! Paimon's had this kind of dream before. The first time, Paimon became an animal slime. Paimon was shot by an adventurer's... The second time... The third time, Paimon became a... And the fourth time, Paimon became a pout. But then the boar showed up with all of its relatives and Paimon...
Wait, why did all of your dreams end so...
Because slimes are monsters, even though they look cute, they usually cause trouble and end up getting killed by adventurers. Things don't tend to end well for monsters. Believe Paimon.
I suppose you're right. They are monsters after... I just want to experience a different life, but it seems that becoming a monster would be even worse than my... Maybe I'd be happier if I became just a regular fit.
Looks like being an expert is way easier. Next!
Oh, it's my turn.
Well? Hey, you're supposed to be helping. First...
Oh, it's quite ordinary. Nice.
Why don't you just find your wife and talk with her? There's no need to wait for a dream.
Well,
Oh,
no, it's fine. I didn't make that clear.
yeah, it's not really about posture.
Oh,
Think about it. If you're...
you do have a...
Oh, my turn, my turn. I want to bring the souvenir box to my room and...
I dreamt of a raven flying.
Hey, no rush! One at a time! Their questions were way too difficult. We don't actually know anything more than they do. We're just more experienced dreamers, that's all. You do have a point. It's right now. Oh, and now that Paimon has said that, you know who comes to mind? Bingo! Unfortunately...
Dear experts, we have another guest.
But you...
Ah, but this guest...
My question is, why didn't you immediately tell me about such an
Huh? Nahida?
Interesting events like a moment of dreams don't happen every day after all. Anyway, I really didn't...
Oh, right! If there's anyone that understands dreams, it's you! You should...
You're not wrong. All right, they can... Huh? What's wrong? You were all so excited a minute ago. Why the sudden hesitation? Even so, it's not like I look super timid, and in terms of reputation and renown, you've also done many great things in Sumeru, yet they didn't even flinch at you. Alas, the interesting questions have all vanished in an instant. It appears I'm the one spoiling the fun here. I don't want to get in the way of the original. Now the atmosphere here is like water poured into a container. I just want it to be another drop in the water, not the cold and restrictive container.
She's sulking. Hey! It's all right, everyone! No need to be shy.
All right. I'll give it a try.
Oh, it's the slime guy.
Hey, drop the nicknames, would you? Besides, I don't want to become a slime anymore. Maybe a...
I see. So you want to become a small animal in your dreams, right?
I guess I just want to experience something different. My everyday life. The sky is right above me, and the ocean just over the horizon.
So you want to experience something new in your dreams. Sorry. I'm getting a little confused. What?
Because if I don't work, I won't have any Mora. Sure, I don't want to be out hammering nails and cutting wood every day, but I have aging parents and young children to take. By the time this all dawned on me, I realized that my life has already been filled to the brim by trifling matters.
But if that's the case, then even if you became a flying bird or swimming fish, you will still be hammering nails and cutting wood in your dreams. The reason is you've already been caged. It doesn't matter what your physical body turns into. Your mind will still be stuck in the same predicament.
Really? That sounds...
I don't know everything that you're going through, but how about replace...
Huh?
That's right. Having worked for such a long time, you of all people must know what makes a good hammer.
Well, of course. A good hammer needs to be heavy enough to drive the nail in with just a couple taps. And the handle has to have a good grip to it, not... Come to think of it, I haven't replaced my current hammer in quite some time.
You should replace it. Then decorate the handle with something you like. Maybe some ornaments, fur, or hard leather wrapping. Then, write the names...
That makes sense.
A new sense of adventure often begins with the little things in life. You don't need to become a bird in the air or a fish in the sea. You only need to do your best in life, and all those things you cherish will become your source of...
Yes. I'll go and pick...
That's Arnahita! Only you would know how to get rid...
Actually, I didn't... Huh? I gave him that advice because I once saw a worker doing the same thing. After a moment, he'd start to smile. It really surprised me at the time. My guess is that the names on the handle were of important people to him. Is it because of excitement?
Oh, Paimon gets what you mean. Huh.
Don't mind me, though. This is just my way of learning.
Hey, don't forget...
Thanks, you two. That makes me feel a lot better.
I already... What should...
Longing for the deceased. Even if you keep reliving those... If your wife were...
No, I don't know. She even...
That's really...
It's almost as if my...
Maybe all of this is rooted in your deep longing. Were there any unresolved matters or regret?
I don't know. I really felt...
But dreams are... It's not good...
Yes. And it's probably...
I'm a little worried about him. I think I can hit...
Speed of light.
Are you feeling any better?
Yes. Now that I think about it, my wife and I always meet at a I know where that place exists in reality, but it's a bit far and dangerous. But at the same time, I feel as if I should go and have a... Otherwise, once I can stop dreaming... Actually, you...
Yeah, it might also be a... Even if you can't...
Yeah.
All right.
Are you headed...
Huh? Wait, aren't you supposed to...
I just finished. And they really... Anyway, it looks like you're...
Oh, there's no need to trouble you, Great Dendro.
No need to stand on ceremony. Besides, I wouldn't have asked to come out. I wanted to use this opportunity to discuss with you some things that are puzzling me.
Huh. I didn't know the great Dendro.
I'm not all that different from you, you know. Alright.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Huh. Do adventurers often go to places like this? Huh. I guess so.
So, this is where...
Yes, for the most part. Our place is on the summit. When I saw her in my dreams, we didn't do anything but talk about ordinary, mundane topics. I'd tell her about our daughter, Haidar. She would also reminisce about the past with me, telling me it feels like no matter how long we may chat.
Sometimes, it's the little things in...
This is the part I'm a little puzzled about. I'm very familiar with dreams, and normally, they lack logic and continuity. But you said she could remember what you had told her before, right?
That's right. She always listened to me carefully in real life, and now... She always surprises me with some details from our lives in the real world. The fact that she can remember such things makes...
Whoa, that's pretty weird. Well,
however, the problem is that his dreams have too much structure and continuity. Most dreams are far more fragile than... For example, a loud noise outside your window in the real world could cause your dream self to get loaded into and fired out of a big cannon. Another example... If you're thirsty in the real world, then you might find yourself trudging through a desert in your dream. But the appearance of your wife seems unusually stable and unaffected by any outside interference. Statistically...
I don't understand it either. But I have no reason to suspect or reject these dreams.
But I still want to figure out the how and the why. These kind of dreams are novel to me as well. That's why I want to have a look at the scene your dreams have been taking place. Let's go. Just think...
Well, he really wasn't kidding. This place definitely isn't safe.
No matter. We'll just finish them quickly.
Huh? Are you going to fight too, Nahida?
Of course. This is all part of our little trip. This might hurt a little.
For Rex Lapis! Don't blink! Nowhere to hide. Incoming!
The scenery here is amazing! It also seems like a great spot for eating snacks and taking a nap. Paimon wouldn't mind spending some time here every day either.
I've yet to see anything strange about this place. I do not plan to deny the power of longing. Such an intense but unquantifiable emotion could indeed...
His wife must be really amazing. Huh? Wait.
Oh, so you are waiting for me here? Well, guess what? When the Dendro Archon said she wanted to come with me, I'll bring Haidar once I'm more familiar with the way here.
Huh? There's nobody there.
Wait, Minar. Don't go that way. It's dangerous.
Uh-oh, he's gonna fall! Catch him!
Luckily he didn't fall. But what was all that?
He's in a dream now. What he said just now matches almost perfectly with the dreams he's described to us.
Oh, so he fell asleep and started to...
I find it a little strange as well, but we mustn't awaken someone while they're sleepwalking. All we can do...
Huh? Minar. Where's Minar?
Oh, good!
What happened? Huh? Oh, right. The moment I reached the summit, I saw my wife, Minar, sitting there, and walked over to her. After I introduced her to you, she seemed a little flustered and started walking, and then she seemed to suddenly disappear. When I realized something wasn't right...
That sounds pretty wild.
I don't think so.
Maybe we've affected the way his subconscious constructs dreams by following him here. Anyway, all that matters...
I think I know what happened now. I'm sorry. If it weren't for you,
Let's head back now.
Oh.
Nahida, what's on your mind?
We still don't have enough evidence to work off of, so it's...
Oh, right! Come to...
Right. And not only at a moment of dreams, there may be people like this all across... We need to understand what's happening and the rate of...
Then there's no time to... Stop standing there, Ilmon! Let's go!
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with.
An emergency?
Don't worry.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really... He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't... Oh, Paimon's so confused. Huh? Sorry, Paimon accidentally... but erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's had it with that... There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise... There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still... So, how about... Alright, Paimon will start. And Drayan chill... What do we... Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon... Is that a food... What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon... So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it's... Huh? Fine by Paimon, but... Is everything okay? You're acting like this isn't...
It's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great... But fortunately, if my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the...
Oh, yeah, we were! We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too.
That, my friend, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden, there is no harm in telling you, but the Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to in his heart. The whole powerless and destitute, alas. If only the story could have ended there. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back, fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to... On to the next...
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid...
Are they out on...
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss
We'll be heading in...
Hello, dears. Is there something you... Of course, traveler. Yes, I know. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the commissioner's behalf. As for the commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love Miss Kamisato. I must say, whenever the commissioner, they say they get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever it's been as someone. So, in the future, if wonderful.
Paimon likes it. Paimon's itching to try.
Of course.
Alright, goodbye for now. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't.
All right, then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep.
Very well.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here and some... If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times. Not only that, but I've met people in Ina's... Oh, well, I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations.
A couple?
One was just in... They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology...
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about the...
Oh, I didn't realize you two were...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with... Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? No, I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatara Suna is concerned. Of course!
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you? Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there. Come on, you got it? All right.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are.
We have time.
It's the same topic we discussed last time.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh?
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how...
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow.
Well.
Ugh. This new information...
Yes, okay.
And they're back at it. These guys...
Oh, so...
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you...
Will do. Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon.
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't...
The balladeer? You look troubled. Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
That's quite... So, this puppet known as the balladeer...
But how was he even able to...
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall... Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... Well...
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the Traveler comes from a world beyond Javat. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you...
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that. Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that, and if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us, the now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night, and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monsters soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, They won't even remember their own harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking... Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that, but... What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. What is it? Have you figured it out? What'd you do?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rat. Look, if...
I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep... I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take...
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something, and you don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a...
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First,
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something... You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to... Have we met before? No, we haven't met. I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely...
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face...
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through... Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to...
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it.
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm.
That's oddly...
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you.
Then let's return to...
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you and me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope...
Thank you. All right, done.
Nahida! Nahida!
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most... If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to... But I'll be able to handle it. Please.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger. He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust...
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves.
Please, I want to see them from...
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can...
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing...
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your,
Understood.
Thank you.
This looks like
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted. These memories will...
Sounds like an immersive
You don't need to do this for me.
We never give up halfway. Well...
Alright.
Wanderer.
Is that because...
You...
I hear...
This place is... No, there's... Hmm? You're awake! Huh.
This man...
And the rest is hidden
in the original version.
Let me get you out of...
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. As the second in... But Katsuragi...
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live along in it?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born?
I was abandoned, like you.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad. He kept coughing.
But you can't.
Yup, we're family now.
This child didn't... After his mother died, after leaving Tatarasuna...
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa. The voices have gone.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast? Use this first.
Speed of light! Born of ice and frost.
Let's not waste time. Use this first.
Retribution!
Must counterattack.
Blaze over.
Let's end this quickly.
With sword comes shadow. Incoming.
This isn't good.
Born of ice and frost.
First.
Hey!
Some quiet. Well met.
Speed of light!
Toothy killjoy! We've only just begun.
touching! Speed of light!
Isn't time for a break yet! This is bad!
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun! This isn't over!
Access denied!
Put your back into it!
I see through you!
Incoming!
You can't run!
Change of plan. Let's sword from shadow.
That all you got? Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun!
I will not... Hold the line!
Not breaking a sweat!
Don't be a killjoy!
Next on the agenda. Bring refuge!
This should be fun!
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun!
Access denied.
I see through you!
Next on the agenda.
Can't run! Well, neither can I.
Time for retribution!
This is long overdue. No touching.
Don't be a killjoy! We don't... Just...
Speed of light. Hey!
Looks like I went too far.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the trap...
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me?
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now.
The plot does not end here. There's...
Yes. Please.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Got you! Allow me! You can't. Billowing surge! Blaze over! Incoming! Got you! Out of my sight! Got you! Don't blink! This is Her Majesty's gift! With sword comes shadow. Incoming! Hey!
Time for retribution!
Mirror images disperse like water. Got you! Rest and rebuild! Don't blink! Nowhere to hide. Access denied. Incoming! Winter shall allow me.
Come, pay your dues.
Don't blink. Born of ice and frost.
Prepare yourself. No escape.
We're way behind. All hail. Rest and rebuild. Incoming!
So soon.
Cut to the chase! The merrier! Quick refuge! No touching! Let me amuse myself a little. Don't blink! Blink! The more, the merrier.
Prepare yourself.
Over here! We're born of ice. Allow me! With sword comes shadow. This is long overdue. Blink! Incoming! Hey. Over here! Let me amuse myself a little. Rest and rebuild! No touching! Covenant of the Deep! Nowhere to hide. The more... Look at me. Just once more. Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the
Welcome.
I look forward to...
When do we start?
You seem impatient.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility...
The doctor again?
That person gives off...
It's normal for him to give...
Let's...
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes.
In your eyes? Are there...
Do you think there are any... Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with...
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences. I won't... Can you return my memories?
Huh? But...
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules. With each person being as a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject...
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return. Are you sure you want to do...
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the... But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self. I've always felt I have an innate tendency, so I beg you.
Very well. Since your mind is made up... You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled. This is my...
Is he alright?
all worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
You got any more stupid questions? Insignificant upon the gate. Past! Squall and Fury. Upon the gale. At my command, you shall fall. Behold. Search for it. Feeble human. The wind rises. My endless cycle begins. Squall and Fury. Search for it. Insignificant past. Too slow. Upon the gale. Feeble human. What following me? Behold. Perish! Cry louder! Squall and Fury. Insignificant past! Imbecile! Get out of my...
It disappeared.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to...
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your... Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got...
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served...
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
If you...
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably... After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using the name. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't...
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not... What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little and...
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth... Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again... Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well. I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor, and I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balance. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed. Which is why there is emotion in this. Everything that you feel is real and lasting. And whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feeling. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but... The most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing!
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon you...
Why?
Because Paimon still does...
Then I hope we don't see much of...
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's... The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything? Are you sure? Huh?
There. Now you have a...
What about a nickname? Are you... Take your time. I don't need to see you again. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and... I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know that...
I see.
Huh? But...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. So we can finally—
Thank you both.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah! I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had disappeared. Then, one night, all these expressions of joy, life.
Well, I'm off to meet with—
Okay. Looking forward to your good news. That should be everything. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting nervous. You were great! Talk like that. Thanks for that. But I still feel like it'll be Yeah. I'm acting as ever— Huh? What's left? Huh? What a strange question. Isn't a theater just a theater? Why would it need to be anything else? Wait. You're not asking what the theater does, but what it is. Let me think. How can I put this?
What are you talking about?
Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. Hinaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing... Not quite right.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Hinaya really...
When we were trying to find a way to save the theater, we heard many stories not of the Zubair Theater is our reason for coming together. It connects us all in unique ways. In other words, it's like a bond.
A bond?
The theater provides money for Miss Raykar and her children, inspiration for Mr. Kasani, and enjoyment for the people of the Great Bazaar. It also gives Inaya shelter, and its story won't end here. And we'll all be there for them. Aside from the delivery of performances, isn't this another reason for Zubair Theater's continued existence?
Yeah, that makes sense. We definitely felt that warmth during the preparations for the event. But Paimon doesn't see how this will help in the debate. Oh, gotcha! No matter how strong an opponent...
I feel like that's another prong in our attack. Thank you so much.
Paimon also feels a lot more relieved. Let's show him what we got!
Sorry for the wait. I'm back. Things went a lot more smoothly than I expected. Why are you all smiling so much?
We realized that your dad might not be as scary as we...
We have to win. No.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there. I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Your theory is just putting the cart before the horse. Your perspective is just tunnel visioning.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Your theory is just putting the cart before the horse.
Well, your perspective is just tunnel visioning.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back. Wow, huh? Look at the vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But...
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else... Who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate. Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase.
Who are you? How do you...
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you...
The voices disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that... Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to... It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just...
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it. contemplate a downpour. Nothing will get done until it clears. Let this be a lesson to those who yesterday said I'll do it tomorrow.
Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule. I can fix this. Come on, focus. Access denied. Come on, my contract goes unfulfilled. A pleasure to be working with you. Much remains unfinished. as per our contract.
Let's move out. Allow me!
No touching! Next on the agenda, we're way behind schedule. Access denied. No touching.
Hold the line! Don't blink! Hey!
Next on the agenda,
Allow me!
we're way behind schedule. We're way behind schedule. Born of ice and frost.
Hold the line!
Incoming!
Verdict is...
Cut to the chase! touching! Glaze over!
Abrashman, allow me!
Time for retribution!
Better than that.
Rebuild!
Access denied!
Torrent, bring refuge!
Born of ice and frost! Speed of light! With sword comes shadow!
Burn!
Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Next on, no touching. This is long overdue. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda...
Healthy body. Speed of light. Hey! Access denied.
Allow me!
Uphill battle.
Don't blink!
Born of ice and frost.
Verdict is...
Cut to the chase. Incoming.
Billowing surge!
A freshman.
Rest and rebuild!
Time for retribution!
For Rex Lapis. Access denied.
Allow me! Don't blink! Nowhere to hide.
Born of ice and frost.
Speed of light!
Incoming.
Hey! Torrent, bring refuge! Don't blink!
Access denied.
Verdict is...
Allow me!
This is long overdue.
With sword comes shadow.
Incoming. Born of ice and frost.